Morning is broken and you bang on time for Morning Prime. My name is Dibal Aine. I trust you slept easy and you're ready to face this good day. We thank the good Lord that He's given us a restorative night. And of course, we hope to see what the day holds for us. Right, today is all about the economy. We shall be looking at the state of the economy much later in the course of the program on Sokoni Prime. But what a way also to start your day by just giving you some snippets of the scriptures as well. This is from Psalms 91. It says, "Bless the Lord." That is Psalms 103. "Bless the Lord, O my soul, and all that is within me. Bless the Lord, O my soul, and forget not his benefits. He who forgives all the transgressions and healeth all thy diseases." Right? Bless his holy name. He has made his way known to Moses and, of course, the people of Israel. So it's a way just to cleanse your soul and remember to bless him this morning. That is from Psalms 103. But let's put this horse to a full run by looking at the highlights, which is on the dailies today. And we have the Standard, which is up next, fresh off the press. We have IBC firing a warning shot on 2022 polls. That is what we have highlighting the front page of the Standard today as a splash. Spilling the secrets. On Monday, IBC quit multi-sectoral team on poll preparedness. Now Chebukati reveals that the team had wanted it to report on its undertakings, thereby usurping its mandate. And the story is covered on page 7 of the Standard today. Also inside the Standard, you have junior secondary confusion as mapping starts. That's junior secondary there. Confusion as mapping starts. This story is covered on page 3. That is on top there, where you can see the flagger. We'll show you just now. Also, Putin's red line warning. That is on World News, page 33 of the Standard this morning. Also raising the debt ceiling inevitable. That is what we have on the front page there on top of the Standard. That is the business segment as well. Also, World AIDS Day, President scoffs at sponsors who prey on our girls. That is what also is another story that is tucked away on page 10 of the Standard this morning. And I can show you this picture as well. Uhuru shows his 2022 card as Nakuru gets city status. That is what we have there. And you can see him there, President Uhuru Kenyatta, admiring the new Nakuru city logo with the county's governor, Lee Kinyanjui, in Nakuru yesterday. The president handed the Rift Valley town a city charter. 1904, that is the year Nakuru received township status. And 6.1% Nakuru's county's contribution to the size of the country's economy. And in 2018, the year Governor Lee Kinyanjui initiated the process of elevating Nakuru to city status. And you can follow that story on page 12, 14, and 15. And of course, also we have a package for you, and we shall slice and dice that. What does it portend for Nakuru City when it becomes, of course, Nakuru Town or Nakuru County, now that we have it as a city right now? So we shall also be slicing and dicing that with our panelists much later in the course of the program. That is what we have on the front page of a Standard. Also raising the debt ceiling, which is inevitable, is a ticklish issue that is ongoing in this country, and we keep on pushing the envelope. We are now at about 7 trillion shillings, and they want to push the envelope even to 12 trillion shillings. What does it portend for the country that now we're really saddled with debt over our shoulders? Will we be able to sustain this, right? They always say we've not crossed the red line yet. We are operating on a more comfortable zone, as it were, so to speak. But our panelists will put this into perspective much later in the course of the program. Let's see what we have on the front page of the Daily Nation. And this is what you're waking up to on the front page of the Daily Nation today. Secret card in Raila OKA talks is a splash today. That is on the front page of the Daily Nation. Commitment to be ring-fenced with pre-election agreements. That is a deal. And we can see ODM Chief Raila Odinga dangling carrot to One Kenya Alliance principals Musalia Mudavadi, Kalonzo Musyoka, Moses Wetangula, and Gideon Moi in a coalition negotiations to bolster his presidential campaign. You have this story well fleshed out for you on page 4 of the Daily Nation today. Also, Nakuru, the city of promise, piped water, jobs for youth, and much more. That story continues on page 9 of the Daily Nation. Mudavadi cited in Anglo Leasing. Chris Obure drags former VP into 1.3 billion shillings scandal. This is on the back page of the Daily Nation this morning. You wouldn't want to really have this particular scandal right now as you're gagging for the top seat in the country. And this will be an ominous cloud that is hanging over Musalia Mudavadi. He needs to clear the air. So this, skeletons in the closet are coming to haunt him right now. Also, putting bread on the table gets costlier. That is another story on the front page of the Daily Nation. Putting breakfast on the table promises to be a costlier affair following an increase in the price of bread. Even as Kenyans usher in the Christmas month, the increase in price by manufacturers follows the rising cost of wheat, the main raw material in the production of the breakfast staple. This story continues on page 8 of the Daily Nation today. Make sure you grab a copy. Right, let's see what we have on the front page of the Star. A very interesting splash today. And this is what the MPs are really looking for right now on the front page of the Star. They're pushing to legalize sex trade. They're pushing to legalize sex trade. That is what we can see today on the front page of the Star this morning. And this story is tucked away on page 2 of the Star. Want police blocked from arresting loiterers, beggars, and prostitutes. Maybe you can just also head over there and just read a snippet of what they're saying. Sex workers may soon breathe easy if bill passed. Gikaria wants penal code amended to block police from arresting idle persons. Sex workers' behavior in the public places could soon stop being considered indecent or immoral. They will operate without fear of arrest should MPs approve a bill decriminalizing the felony. You can follow the story on page 2 of the Star. Let's see what the People Daily is holding for us this morning as a splash, and this is what you're waking up to on the front page of the People Daily this morning. And it's all about Uhuru, all about endorses Raila. Uhuru all about endorses Raila. State House race, President takes swipe at Ruto for early campaigns, saying starting off fast does not mean one will win the contest. This story continues on page 4 of the Star this morning, and we can see President Uhuru Kenyatta there saying you might run fast, but the old man will come slowly and overtake you. That is the proverbial, of course, story of the tortoise and the rabbit, right? So it doesn't mean that, the race is not for the swift, or, of course, the battle for the strong as well. And we can see also this quintessential picture for Nakuru. President Uhuru Kenyatta handing over the instruments of conferment of Nakuru city status to Nakuru Governor Lee Kinyanjui at the rehabilitated, I should say, Nyayo Gardens in Nakuru yesterday. Also, Harambe's end in 7 days for poll aspirants. The import is to stop politicians from influencing voters by giving cash for support. That is a story that we have also on the front page of the People Daily this morning. On top there, Anglo Leasing, Obure blames Mudavadi for scam. On the spotlight are these two faces, Musalia Mudavadi and Amos Wako. And you can follow that story on page 5 of the People Daily today. Also, COVAX warns of near expiry dates, vaccine sent to African countries. COVAX warns of near expiry dates, vaccines sent to African countries. That is also a story that you can follow on page 2 of the People Daily this morning. Right, up next is the Business Daily, and this is what you're waking up to on the front page of the Business Daily today. And remember, today is Sokoni Prime. We shall be focusing a lot of our stories on what is happening on the economy front. And of course, our panelists are already here with us. And it says, billionaire Raila Sands fight in court over father's cash. I'll show you the hard copy there. Billionaire Raila Sands fight in court over father's cash farms. There's a dispute there. Widow, children battle over win in suit that threatens to expose secret family fights and financial dealings. That story continues on page 4 of the Business Daily. The fight for the control of the Raila family's multi-billion shillings estate is set to unravel in court as two sons of the late tycoon take on their brother Jaswant Rai over the distribution of wealth left behind by their father. This story continues on page 4 of the Business Daily this morning. One tribe accounts for 35% of KPA jobs. One tribe accounts for 35% of KPA jobs. That is another story there. And it says 35% of employees at the Kenya Ports Authority are from one ethnic community, in breach of legal requirement for diversity in sharing of jobs in public service institutions and state-owned firms. You can follow this story on page 4 of the Business Daily this morning. Kenya's newest city, President Uhuru Kenyatta hands over the instruments of conferment of Nakuru city status to Governor Lee Kinyanjui at Nyayo Gardens yesterday. This story continues also inside the Business Daily. And also, Ketraco executives, 40 homes, 8 cars linked to bribes. The story tucked away on page 4 of the Business Daily this morning. Right, let's just move on and see what is happening in Rwanda. Right, but also we do have the Money Week for you as well. This is all about the international magazines as well, and they're focusing on Xi Jinping, Xi's China, the 3 key risks for investors. That is the Money Week. Of course, it's a weekly magazine that really focuses on the current state of play as far as the economy is concerned worldwide. And you can follow that story inside the Money Week. Xi's China, the 3 key risks for investors. And that story continues on page 30. Also tucked away on top there is a plus for Kenya, a Kenyan safari all to yourself. A Kenyan safari all to yourself is tucked away on page 40 of the Money Week. And you can grab a copy, read all about the Kenyan safari, even as people now are prepping to go for the holidays as well. That is what we have on the front page of the Money Week. Right, I want to go back to Africa, and we go to Rwanda right now with the New Times and see what is on the front page of the New Times. This is what is a splash this morning. World Bank avails Rwandan francs, 100 billion Rwandan francs for broadband digital services. Rwanda looks to digital transformation as the driver of growth, job creation. This story continues on page 4 of the New Times in Rwanda. Kagame rallies Africa on single Africa aviation market, and you can see the picture there. Rwandan president with the delegates there on that particular summit that was held in Rwanda. That is what we have on the front page of the New Times in Rwanda. Right, up next we have the Wall Street Journal for you, and we want to see what is the splash today. Of course, given the time zones, this is what we have as the latest for you, and this is a splash from the Wall Street Journal, just looking at also the effect of Omicron, what is happening to the markets there as well, because they have been tanking because of Omicron jitters as well. So the Wall Street is holding this particular splash for you amongst many, looking at the Dow Jones and what is happening right now. There you have it, the Wall Street Vigil held for victims killed in Michigan school shooting. Also, Powell teased up quicker end to stimulus, citing inflation threat. The central bank chief lays ground for rate increases earlier in 2022. You can follow that story inside the Wall Street Journal as well, and also tucked inside there is all about Omicron and what it's doing to the rest of the market in the US as far as the stock markets are concerned. And of course, we shall be looking at that because the central bank governor has said, you know, Omicron jitters will not really affect our economy, so we don't really have to worry about that as well. Let's see what we have as editorial cartoons this morning, and this is what you're waking up to. This is what has been drawn by Ozon in the Star this morning, just to tickle our funny bones. And this is all about Chebukati and the multi-sectoral agency as far as election preparedness is concerned. You know, they cited and they took special umbrage with that, saying their independence is being interfered with. And that is what we have also as a splash on the front page of Standard today. IBC fires a warning shot on 2022 polls as well. And this is a reaction that also there we can see Chebukati flying off from that particular committee saying, Mimi sipangwi, sipangwingwi. Yes, Mimi sipangwingwi. Oh, that is what. And then we have also Stano from the People Daily holding this particular editorial cartoon for you. And it's all about succession headache for Uhuru Kenyatta. This is my legacy. That is the People Daily. Stano for us. Let's see what we have inside the Daily Nation with Victor Ndule as well. And this is what is on the front, not really the front page, but the editorial cartoon, page 14 of the Daily Nation. Election team, we can see the bus has taken off, and that is the election team on top there. I can't really decipher where the steering wheel is not really on. Yeah, it is up there with that particular face. I leave it for you to decipher those faces as well. But that is the election team that Chebukati is actually bailing out from right now. So will it hold? Because people are saying they're usurping the independence of the electoral team. Well, in the Standard today, Gado didn't draw anything for us, but we have this particular image for you. EU ambassador visits Standard Group, European Union ambassador to Kenya. Henriette Geiger signs a visitor's book at Standard Group offices along Mombasa Road yesterday. Also looking on is Standard Group CEO Orlando Lyomo. That is what we have inside the editorial page 16 of the Standard this morning. Those are your dailies. You can grab a copy of the dailies to, of course, give you an apprise on what is happening in the current state of play of politics, business, and sports as well. So there you have it. But I want to introduce our guest this morning. Remember, we are watching Sokoni Prime, and we are analyzing all about what is happening in the economy, beginning with what is currently the latest, that is Nakuru County becoming now a city. And we'll be joined much later also by Sakwa, but all right now we do have Professor Gituro Wanaina, who is the professor at the University of Nairobi, School of Business, and also we have with us Anne Gaither, who is the CEO of Regal Africa, and they will be taking us through stories that we've lined up for you, and also giving their comments as far as the economy is concerned, looking at the state of the nation addressed by the president, teasing out some of the figures that he gave us there. But I want to begin with Nakuru County, where Nakuru County Municipality has officially become Kenya's